I hope you're doing well today. Appreciate you joining me. We're going to be looking at the account when Jesus calms the storm today. Our hymn is Master, the Tempest is Raging.
Master, the tempest is raging, the billows are tossing high. The sky is overshadowed with blackness, no shelter or help is nigh. Carest thou not that we perish? How canst thou lie asleep? When each moment so madly is threatening the grave and the angry deep. The winds and the waves shall obey thy will. Peace, be still, be still, be still. Whether the wrath from the storm-tossed sea, or demons or men, or whatever it be, no waters can swallow the ship where lies the master of ocean and earth and skies. They all shall sweetly obey thy will. Peace, be still, peace, be still. They all shall sweetly obey thy will. Peace, peace, be still.
All right, let's look at our passage now. In Mark chapter 4 at verse 35, on the same day when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side." Now when they had left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was, and other little boats were also with him, and a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that it was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him, and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" Then he arose and rebuked the wind, and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. But he said to them, "Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith?" And they feared exceedingly, and said to one another, "Who can this be, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" First point I wanted to make is talks about the other little boats. And that when we imagine this, when we visualize it in our mind, that sometimes we forget it's not the only boat. There's other little boats. So if the big boat was getting swamped and beat upon, what do you think was happening to the little boats? And there's different things to think about with that. But one would be this. What did they have to have? Those in the little boat. Could they come to Jesus in person and say what the disciples said? No, they had to have more faith. And you might just consider it, what was happening in the little boats. We'll also say this, and there's so many points to be made about all these passages. There Jesus is asleep. There are different ways, reasons to be asleep. Jesus was undoubtedly asleep because he was weary, I would suggest. But he was also secure. Jonah slept in a boat. Perhaps he was weary as well. But whatever security he thought he had in fleeing from the Lord was a false sense of security. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there. We might also consider verse 39, as he says to the sea, "Peace, be still." And we might think about authority. And I think that's the point. And that's the point with all the miracles. If the Lord has authority over the wind and the wave, if he's the Lord of the wind and the wave, if he has authority over sickness, if he has authority over nature, if he even has authority over death, then surely he has authority over us. And we should obey, just as all those other things obey. We should obey. Authority. Back to the account. Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? The things that we face in life, the things that we're afraid of, in the grand scheme of things, the Lord says, "Why are you so afraid?" People get so afraid of so many different things, don't they? They get afraid of economic issues. They get afraid of, what's going to happen in the coming election. They're afraid of health issues. The reason the Lord came was to deliver us from the fear of death. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Why are you so fearful? Have faith. have faith in the Lord, and He sees us to our destination. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our Daily Praise.